Oh man, we are live here on Facebook, Instagram Live. I got specially dressed up for you guys, wore a collared shirt and a baseball cap. I think this might be the look today. Very important to look professional and look good as a money coach. Is that right? But hey, we'll give it a minute here to let everyone join. Get this in a little bit more. I'm excited today. Excited to share with you guys coming up Money Talk Friday. All right. Oh man. I hope everyone is sticking with their 2019 goals. We're in January 11th. So hopefully those goals are, keeping track. You're checking the boxes, making sure that everything is right. Hey guys, today we are on Instagram Live, Facebook Live. Again, I'm a money coach, very professional. Got the shirt, hair. It's backwards cap approved today. But yeah, let's dive right into it, guys. I got some notes here to help me out, but let me jump up. Welcome. If you don't know who I am, my name is Steven, aka Even Steven Money. We're here live on Money Talk Friday, where every week, we're going to have a new topic. I'm going to share my story, recommendations, action items for you, and any questions that you might have. Who am I? Obviously, my name is Steven, but I am a money coach at Even Steven Money. My goal is simple as a money coach. It's to create a roadmap for your financial freedom. Every day I'm working with individuals, I'm changing how they spend money, how they save money, and, to live a better life today. I help my clients develop a clear and customized plan, and then it's there to put them in a better financial position every step of the way. Hey, the story is pay off debt, save money, and live a better life today. But hey guys, let's get right into it. Oh, hey, how are we doing? See ya. I appreciate it. You get a definite like on saying hello. Guys, today, let me grab something here for you. Today is the great debate, which is hourly versus salary. I am going to post that into the comments here. So anytime you want to check that out, that is going to be the main topic point today. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you gave it a quick read. If not, we are going to kind of dive in and go through a recap of it today. Fine tuning some of the information there. But while I'm here every Friday, I'd like to start out with reading just a little bit of the introduction of the blog post. So I gotta look at my notes real quick. But starting out, the great debate, hourly versus salary. So my first real job out of college, it was working for a bank in their customer service 24-hour banking call center. That is a load full of words. I was paid hourly versus instead of salary. But to be honest, as some of you know my story, I was extremely happy to have a job. When I went into orientation, this is a true story, I didn't even know how much I was going to make. That's how excited I was just to have a job. I did know that it was an hourly position, very similar to like you would see a teller or a banker at your local bank. Since then, since I started there, I've gone definitely through some positions with the bank that I used to work at, US Bank. I've even grown up some and seen a few different departments within the bank. Both of them, some of them were hourly, some of them were salary positions. I, of course, have since left that bank, but I definitely got a lot of information. Many of the positions that I used to work at were in a department that were hourly positions. Still good hourly rates, very compared to the salary, but it really got me thinking, what is better, hourly or salary? And it really did get me thinking, and that's why I wrote this article, this blog post, because today, just as a reminder, the blog post today, Money Talk Friday, where we're here every week. It's a new topic, sharing my story, recommendations, action items, and questions from you. But yeah, so today we're talking about the great debate, hourly versus salary. And, with anything, when you're having a comparison, hourly versus salary, with the comparison, you're going to have some pros and you're going to have some cons. So I'm going to walk through just a couple different examples of the hourly pros, hourly cons, and then also take a look at the salary pros and salary cons. And then kind of summarize it up at the end just to give you an idea of my thoughts, which will most likely come through as we're talking here. Should be fun. This one is really an opportunity. I said it in my Instagram. It's really an opportunity is to really just think about it, think where you're at and think about hourly, think about salary and some of the and how it affects you and how you can take advantage of it or different points in your career. And that's why I think this is really helpful and more of a thinking Facebook Live, Instagram Live. Pardon my sparkling water. But yeah, diving right in, right? Hourly pros. So the first one that comes to mind is you have set hours, so what was great for me, my story was that I could come in, at one point in time, I was coming in at 7:45 and then I was getting done at 4:30, it was amazing. It was, at least for the hours and the time, I came in at a specific time, I left at a specific time, and with that time, I didn't have to worry about that 5 o'clock rush hour in Chicago, even if it was on the train. So I would always get out a little bit early. It was, really a pro, definitely a pro for me, getting in and getting out. Next item that I would consider a pro is the overtime. So as an hourly employee, now this doesn't happen for everyone, but as an hourly employee, you can earn overtime it depends on your state, but if you're over 40 hours a week, or if you are, or if it's 8 hours in a day, I think that's in certain, very true. But it's certainly anything over 40 hours, you then get overtime. So usually it's time and a half. And sometimes even during holidays, it's double time. It's amazing to get that overtime. So for me, when I was at the bank, I was a portfolio admin, and we had it to where it was quarterly. So our quarterly, we had busy times at the end of the month, end of the quarter, where we would work 8 to 12 hours extra. So that overtime at time and a half would give me, I kind of thought of it as my bonus for the year is how I really thought of it. Because I was getting, time and a half is right. And again, you can even earn more than that. Now, 10 hours every quarter isn't a huge amount, but you might be in another position where you do have the ability to work as much as you want, which is definitely a pro, definitely a positive. And, another pro that comes up is, let's look in here, is that set schedule. You don't have to worry about that you need to get a report out, or, if you don't get the report out by 4:30, you have to stay until X amount of time. A lot of times you don't have to worry about it at all. You have that set schedule. You're in and you're out. It's very similar, to the first point. It's like the stat hours. So those are the things I really enjoyed and I thought were positives for the pros. So I was excited about that as an hourly employee. I haven't been an hourly employee in a little while, so things have changed. But with every pro, there is a con, and they kind of go hand in hand in the hourly talk. So every minute is documented. So if you come in at 8:05, you need to put on your timesheet that you came in 5 minutes later. And that could even, as a manager, you don't want someone coming in 5 minutes late. And actually, even like 5 minutes early, you're not able to. A lot of times, you're not able to log in or like punch that clock. They don't want you earning overtime. A lot of times, they have a set budget, which is pretty interesting. So it can be a con where every minute is documented. You don't want it to look bad showing late, but yeah, it can be a con. And I don't have the documentation on this, but an hourly con, and the next point is they earn less than your salaried positions. And even if you just think about it, right? So I'll use McDonald's as an example. McDonald's, for the most part, those are hourly employees, whereas your CEOs and managers, even managers at the McDonald's, those are going to be salaried employees versus the hourly employees. So, an hourly worker, again, McDonald's, flipping the burgers, it's an hourly rate. They're not going to earn as much as that salaried employee, as that manager. Just the way it works, if you think about kind of the blue collar versus white collar, the person digging the ditches versus the person who owns the ditch is usually pretty big difference in hourly in your wage. And kind of just mention it, the prestige of having a salary. It's, I remember during a meeting actually, and I mentioned it in the blog post, but many of the tenured colleagues that I had, they wanted salary because they didn't feel like they were getting enough respect, really, because most salary employers are going to be those managers, those innovative leaders, the ones that are under deadlines. And if you think about it too, like a plumber, he may make $150,000 a year, but it's only because he went above and beyond. It's usually an hourly rate. So if he chooses to work 30 hours that week, he won't make as much, whereas salaried positions are different. So a blue collar worker in a factory, fast food employee, these aren't considered glamorous or prestigious positions, by society or in general. So that's what we have. Mike Kelly, thank you again for stopping by. I appreciate it. I'm gonna segue really quick to one point. I'm featured, if you haven't seen it on Facebook, I am featured on Coach Chad Carson. He is a real estate investor. He is financially independent. Please go check that out. CoachCarson.com. If you go, I've added in my Facebook. I'll throw it in here again as well here in just a moment. But today, though, that was my segue because Mike Kelly is in there as my favorite Chicago real estate agent. But today, welcome again. My name is Steven, aka Even Steven Money. We are on Money Talk Friday. I am professional. I have a polo shirt on today. I am being me, where every week we have a new topic. I share my story, recommendations, action items for you, and questions. If you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the comments, Facebook Live, Instagram Live. I'm happy to answer them. So today, the great debate. So it's hourly versus salary, and we're segueing right into salary and the pros of salary. So anytime I think about a salary position in a pro, it's really thought of, and it is more of a career position. So a lot of times your entry level is going to be an hourly position, and then your career positions like your managers and your vice presidents, your CEOs, those are salary positions. I can't remember ever seeing a CEO with who earns an hourly wage. Please, check me if I'm, throw it in the comments if you see something like that. But yeah, so it's a career position. Pardon my drink here real quick. But with that career position, and it's something that I found out when I was at the bank, U.S. Bank, is that you have greater flexibility as a salaried employee. So because they don't have to track you as much, whereas an hourly position, they look at it as kind of, they're tracking every minute of your time. So that flexibility, and not in all positions, of course, but it allows you to, if you got to go pick up your kids, or summertime flexibility, you're already a salaried employee. They already expect of you to be able to handle your workload in that time, and it gives you more flexibility or greater flexibility. Now, hourly, it's just not as pronounced to give someone who is an hourly employee that extra benefit. So definitely greater flexibility, salary position. I found out, especially later in my tenure with the bank, was I was able to, sometimes leave earlier, work from home, definitely benefits that I enjoyed. And I have a great perspective on this. Going into the next point for the salary pro is the overall bonus structure, vacation, and titles are better. So I don't think I really knew. So I was considered an entry level position when I first started at US Bank, in more of my back office operations position, and I was put in a pool with like people. So it was everyone else who was entry level. So the bonus structure was lower. As I moved up and got higher, as I went from hourly to salary to that salary position, the bonus structure, it ended up getting better. I ended up making more. Vacation, I ended up getting, believe an extra week because of it. My title, the title didn't actually change too much for me personally, but you'll see it. You become at least at the bank, you become a vice president, or what's the other one? Oh, a trust officer. So it's a lot. It's more responsibility, but they're much better in terms of bonus and vacation and titles. But that is everything for the salaried position. So if you are a salary position employee, it has some benefits, has some perks. Not gonna lie, you're obviously making a little bit more money. You kind of thought of as that career. You're in your career position. Everything gets a little better with the bonus, the vacation, and your titles. But with every pro, there's a con, right? So with the hourly versus salary cons. Now this is the double-edged sword, and I took some notes, so I'm gonna read a little bit on this one. It was actually from the blog post, which I've got posted in the comments. But so the double-edged sword is when you get paid more, you actually could be getting paid less. And here's the example. So if you are a salaried employee and you're being paid $50,000, it amounts to $24.04 for every 40 hours you work. So that's what I would call your hourly rate. Whereas the other one with hourly, that would be hourly wage. So everything has an hourly rate. Whether you're employed, whether you're a salaried employee, entrepreneur, solopreneur, whatever you are. But yeah, so if you're working 40 hours, that's $24.04 an hour. But when you start taking a few extra hours, you're no longer working at 40 hours per week. Let's say you are then working 10 hours extra a week, which is pretty common as a salaried employee working extra. And your new hourly rate then is $19.23. So just by being a salaried employee, your hourly rate actually fell by almost $5 an hour. So it's even possible, depending on the position, that as an hourly employee, you could be making more per hour, your hourly rate, than a salaried employee, which is pretty crazy to think about. There's a calculator if you're interested. There's a calculator post in the Even Steven Money, in the blog post. I would say check it out. Again, I have it in the comments. So I won't pin it. I'll pin it at the end. But that is, your salary con. And I've got one more, and that's you never really know when you're done for the day as a salaried employee. So I was lucky enough in my position when I had a salary that, if it was 4:30, I was out at 4:30, almost predominantly the majority of the time. However, a lot of times, and especially from people who I know, whether it be in that position or other positions outside of the bank, was, you're waiting on someone else. That customer needs your attention. That report needs to go out. You don't know if 5 o'clock is really your deadline. You may need to stay until 6 or 7 or 8 or, later than that, which is a long time. It can be a long day. Your 8-hour day then becomes 12 hours, 14 hours, and you don't really know. So you never really know when you're done for the day. That one, it didn't happen to me, that often as a salaried employee, but it wasn't great when it did, that's for sure. Especially when you have plans and you have something to do, that hourly employee can walk out the door, make those plans. The salaried employee, you are responsible, you are taking care of business. So definitely more responsibilities going along with that. Facts of life, right? Facts of the hourly versus salary cons, pros and cons, excuse me. But hey, just summarizing it up, overall, I think hourly positions and salary positions there's a lot of equally good benefits, at least from where I stood. The one thing that always stuck in my mind, though, was that when I would tell people that I was an hourly employee and that if they were a salary employee, they would always say that they would want to go back to having that 40-hour-a-week job and then having the possibility of overtime, which is pretty interesting. That even though they potentially, it kind of goes back to that hourly rate, right? How much were they really making because of working extra hours as a salaried employee? So, really think about that. Again, this is that thinking one, and it applies to, especially, entrepreneurs and solopreneurs, is that how much time are you putting in to get that income? Are you putting in, if you make $10,000 a week, are you putting in 10 hours? That's great. But are you putting in 100 hours to get that 10,000? And it's really seeing what your hourly rate is and how you can do better with that. And that's just things to think about, when you're looking at positions, when you're looking at job offers for hourly salary, starting your own business. It's just really something to think about. It could turn out that you may need to, you have different values. You may want to leave every day at 4:30 because you have to get home to your kid who's, to your child who's coming home from school. That would be way more important than, an extra $10,000. And one of my favorite sayings at US Bank, one of the old coworker, he said, "You know what? For me, it's great. Well, this is my saying, but I'm stealing some of his. But for me, it's great to walk away and realize that the financial world would not crumble." So it was nice having the less responsibility, the hours to walk away. Leaving right at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, it certainly has its perks. But above all, I want to leave on this note. When I leave, I want to finish on this note. Remember, the work will be there tomorrow. I'm sure of it. So don't don't put in those 12-hour days if you can avoid them, because the work will be there tomorrow. And that is it. That's the hourly versus salary debate. Thank you guys, for being here. I'm here every Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Money Talk Friday, where every week we've got a new topic. I share my story, recommendations, action items, take any questions from you. But why am I here? Who am I? What do I do? Don't leave. I am a money coach. That is why I'm talking to you guys today. Also because I love this, but you might need me. You might think that you need help, because you possibly do. Because what do I help with as a money coach? It's simple. I create your road to financial freedom. But what does that really mean? We look at where your money is going. That's number one. We create a simple to use and understand budget for my clients. That's the zero-sum budget. It's the simplest budget out there. Make it work for you. We also either build or find the right amount for your emergency fund. Then when we're looking at your budget, we talk about your values and what matters most to you, and then we match them together. So you're spending money on things that matter to you. The whole while we're looking for ways to save money, lower expenses. We want to build a plan to pay off debt faster, save more, invest more, and we're going to do it more than you've ever done before. That's what I bring. We're always looking for ways to brainstorm, to earn extra money, grow your knowledge, change that mindset about money to win with money. That is who I am. That is what I do. I am a money coach. Now, those of you who are interested, you can book a session with me. My recommendation, and I'm going to put it right in the link here. In the comments. Let me grab it. This is going in. So you can check me out, of course, at evenstevenmoney.com. But if you go to evenstevenmoney.com/money coach, this will give you a good idea of what I offer and what I do. And you can book a discovery session there as well. If you are in the process and you are fired up and you are ready to go and see if we are a good fit with what you need and what I can help with, also tossing in the discovery session. It's a very quick 10 to 15 minute call, either via phone or on Zoom, kind of like we are doing now, very similar. And we will see if we're a good match and if I can help you. Very important that we're on the same page. And with that, thank you for showing up. Thank you for watching this either live on Facebook, live on Instagram, watching it later, watching it on YouTube, checking out my page. Wherever you are, thank you very much for showing up and checking this out. I leave you with something that I leave every single time, and that is the clear point that we are in this together. And for me, it's the fact that you are checking this out. You're part of my life, and for you, being in this together is checking out Even Steven Money. Maybe today the hourly versus salary has you thinking about your next job opportunity. Maybe there's a way to save money and get better with money, and it's in the back of your mind, or maybe when you're making a purchase. But that's why I say we are in this together. I'm here to help you guys every single day that I can. I hope you guys have a great weekend, great day, great weekend. Thank you again for joining Even Steven Money on Facebook Live, Money Talk. I will catch you guys next time. Oh, don't forget, actually, I say every time, but next week, for those who stayed on, next week I will be volunteering on All Day Friday to help out. And a little hint, my hint of where I will be is I will be volunteering for some of the fittest athletes on the face of the earth. All right, guys. Again, thank you and have a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in.